My beloved children, this message did not come to you by chance. The universe does not operate by coincidence, but by delicate and powerful synchronicity. A veil has been over your eyes, a subtle fog preventing you from seeing the whole truth. However, heaven has decreed that at this very moment that veil will begin to lift. What I am about to reveal is not about a distant enemy or a passing concern. It concerns someone who shares your blood, your memories, and until now, your trust. Yes, I am talking about your brother. You know his smile and have heard his stories, but his soul holds a secret that is weighed not only on him, but also on your destiny. The divine plan is not to expose him out of vengeance, but to free you from a burden you didn't know you were carrying. I solemnly ask that you do not look away or close your heart. How you receive this truth will determine the course of the next few years of your life. As you read these words, your sibling's name echoes through the heavenly realms because the truth, once set in motion, cannot be contained. In recent days, Archangel Michael, the great warrior of light, has been striving to break through the energy barriers around you. The order came directly from the Creator Source. Warn my son, warn my daughter before the pain deepens to the point of leaving permanent scars. Hesitating to listen or choosing to ignore this message could amplify the anguish to come. That is why I am here, whispering through this connection with urgent words from the heavens. You've felt it, haven't you? That inexplicable change in the dynamic between you two? The uncomfortable feeling that something isn't right, that his words don't match his energy. Remember when you looked into his eyes and saw an abyss, a universe of thoughts and feelings hidden behind a facade of normality? The sky confirms it. Your intuition was correct. You weren't imagining things. The timing of this revelation had to be divinely orchestrated, and now is the time. If you feel a chill run down your spine or your heart race a little, know that your soul recognizes the truth of this message. It's your spirit saying, finally, the truth has arrived. If you believe this encounter is not coincidental, and that a greater force has guided you here, I ask that you seal your energy against any negativity this revelation may stir up before we continue. Write this powerful mantra in the comments. The light that guides me is stronger than any darkness. This act is more than just typing words. It is a spiritual decree. You are asserting your sovereignty and anchoring Archangel Michael's protection around you. Now take a deep breath, as what comes next requires a strong heart and an open mind. Archangel Michael warns, those who stray now will soon face the weight of regret, but those who listen with their souls will turn their tears into testimonies of victory. Listen carefully, dear soul. Your brother is not inherently bad, but he has become entangled in paths that the light does not bless. He has made decisions from a place of darkness, fear, and scarcity. The universe has given him multiple opportunities to correct his course. He has received signs, dreams, and subtle warnings, yet he has chosen to continue in the same direction. Now the responsibility to know the truth falls on you because the consequences of his actions are spilling over into your life. The longer you remain ignorant, the deeper the roots of this negative energy will take hold in your spiritual field. I say this with the love of a divine messenger and the seriousness that the situation demands. You may see him as calm and perhaps a bit reserved, but he hides a side of himself from everyone, even himself. What started as a small detour and a closely guarded secret has turned into a habit and a pattern of behavior operating in the shadows. Heaven is whispering this truth in your ear because a choice he made about 1.5 years ago has been unfolding in secret, far from your view. Archangel Michael has witnessed it. Angels have tried to intervene by blocking paths and sending intuitions, but when the human will is stubborn, it can be a powerful force. Now, the impact is not just on his life, but also on what this energy can do to yours. That is why this message had to be delivered urgently. The divine does not shame. The divine warns. The divine does not condemn. The divine redeems. However, redemption can only begin when the truth is brought to light and accepted. You, my dear soul, have been chosen to be the initial bearer of this truth. The fact that you are still reading and absorbing every word is a testament to your spiritual strength. Heaven celebrates your courage because only the most evolved souls remain steadfast when the truth is uncomfortable. Prepare yourself, for in the coming days, something seemingly trivial will happen. It may be a comment you overhear, a document that appears in an unexpected place, or a financial transaction that comes to your attention in an unusual way. To a casual observer, it would seem like a mere coincidence or an unimportant event. But to you, who now hold the key to this revelation, it will be an unmistakable sign from heaven. It will be the moment when the first piece of the puzzle fits perfectly, and you will remember this message with overwhelming clarity. When that moment comes, you may initially feel shock, anger, or confusion. I ask that you resist this impulse. Do not shout, accuse, or seek immediate confrontation. Just breathe. Feel the air fill your lungs and anchor yourself in the present. Archangel Michael will be at your side, surrounding you with an energy of calm and discernment. The Spirit of God will guide you and give you the wisdom to know how to act. Yes, there will be a moment of confrontation, because the truth must be told for healing to begin. But you will not be alone on this journey. Understand deeply that the purpose of this revelation is not to destroy the bond that unites you. It is to purify it. It will rebuild the bond on a solid foundation of honesty, because only love grounded in truth can withstand life's inevitable storms. The pain you feel now reflects your love for him. You care, and that is why it hurts. However, love without clarity breeds confusion and suffering. God desires peace for your life and your home. But how can there be true peace when deception lurks under your roof? This deception has used your brother's smile as a disguise, but it's time for the mask to come off. Don't hate him. Instead, prepare yourself. Strengthen your spirit, because a tectonic shift will occur in the spiritual realm the moment you finish absorbing this message. As Archangel Michael states, "He who has ignored a call will feel the sting of regret, but he who listens with an open heart will receive protection woven from the threads of truth." If you feel an inner stirring or your soul vibrating at this moment, do not ignore it. This is not fear, it is prophecy awakening in your chest. It is the divine saying, "I need you alert. I need you to be prepared, because what comes next will test your mettle but also reveal your strength." If this message touches your heart in any way, please click the thank you button below the video. This gesture supports the mission of spreading words of light and allows us to reach more people who, like you, need to wake up to this invisible reality that greatly interferes with real life. You may be asking yourself, why me? Why now? The answer is simple and profound. Heaven did not choose you because you are the oldest, the most successful, or the most articulate. You were chosen because your soul remains awake, even in moments of self-doubt. Your spirit has a direct and sensitive connection with the divine, a connection that has never been completely severed. That is why Archangel Michael was sent to you. This message was not delivered to another member of your family for that reason. You have eyes that see beyond appearances and a heart that feels unspoken truths. You have always known, on some level, that your brother carried a burden, a shadow that followed him. You just didn't know the exact nature of that burden. Until now. Allow me to describe what the angels saw. One night not long ago, your brother was alone in his room, completely silent. The air around him was thick and heavy with palpable anguish. Although his lips did not move, his spirit cried out in despair. He stood at a crossroads, facing a decision that would define his path. Instead of crying out for divine help or light, he appealed to something or someone operating in the shadows. He made a pact, a spiritual agreement not sanctioned by heaven, and the resonance of that agreement began to leak out, affecting the energy of his entire home. But here lies the miracle. Heaven does not expose him to shame him. Heaven exposes him to save him. You, yes, you are the key to that salvation, but only if you receive this message with open eyes and an open heart. Before moving on to the next revelation, which is even deeper, reinforce your protection. Write in the comments, "I now activate my spiritual protection shield." This simple command, when given intentionally, creates an impervious barrier of light around you, protecting you from any energy that does not serve your highest good. There is physical or digital proof of this. It could be an exchange of messages, a statement, or a document saved in a forgotten folder on your computer or in the cloud. In that record, your name is mentioned. This is the missing piece. the evidence that will connect all the dots of your intuition. When you find this proof, and you will, do not panic. Breathe. That will be the moment of the bridge between the shock of discovery and the freedom of truth. It will take you from the illusion of normality to the clarity of reality. Your brother did not intentionally hurt you. He acted out of his own pain and confusion. However, actions born of darkness inevitably cause damage if they remain hidden. Archangel Michael has already established a protective perimeter around your energy. That is why you have recently experienced spikes of unexplained fatigue, sudden chills, and inexplicable melancholy. Your spiritual field is reacting and whispering, something is not right, something is out of alignment. But help has arrived. This message is that help. I beg you, in the name of all that is sacred, do not treat this revelation as just another piece of information. Don't put it off until later. Later will be too late. You are already under the watchful eye of angels, as well as the energy he has attracted to his environment without knowing it. This may be why your sleep has been disturbed and your emotions have been unstable. There was a spiritual leak in your sacred space, but not anymore. Now, the light has entered. If your soul has remained with me this whole time, you can already feel the change. Something divine is happening as you breathe. Archangel Michael continues, his voice clear. Your brother may not understand the magnitude of what is to come, but you will. You will know because I will show you. The signs will intensify. You will see repeated number sequences, have vivid, literal dreams, and hear random phrases from strangers that seem like direct answers to your questions. The signs are already being sent. Now breathe and listen again. The confrontation will not be a battle of shouting and accusations. It will come from silence, not anger. It will come from you speaking with gentle firmness. Your words will not come from your wounded ego, but from the wisdom God will place in your heart. When you speak, he may deny it. He may laugh, change the subject, or try to manipulate you with guilt. Do not be shaken. Stay calm and steady, because within 24 hours his truth will reveal itself, without your having to prove anything. This is how heaven operates. It doesn't fight with brute force. It wins with the relentless clarity of truth. Here's an even deeper mystery. This warning isn't just about what he's already done. It's also about what he was about to do. Specific moment was approaching, a point of no return, where he would make a decision that would create a spiritual debt not only for himself, but also for you. That's why God interrupted your routine with this sacred intervention. It's not to scare you, it's to save you. So with all divine reverence, I ask you, are you ready to see what God is trying to reveal to you? Are you willing to open your spiritual eyes, even if the view is uncomfortable? The moment your soul whispers, yes, heaven will begin moving the pieces on the board of your life. Within 48 hours, you will notice the change. It will be a subtle change, a strange phone call, a slip of the tongue from someone close to you, or a conversation you shouldn't have overheard. These are the ways the truth begins to peek through the cracks in the veil. Your brother is a beloved child of God, and God's love for him is infinite. But so is God's love for you. He cannot allow you to remain blind to something that could cost you your peace, health, or life's purpose. Blessings are waiting for the right moment to enter your life. However, they cannot come down while the energy of disappointment occupies the same space. The heavens are cleaning house right now. That is why Archangel Michael is here. Can you feel it? This is not a message to be deleted. It is divine instruction. I need to tell you something else that may sting at first but will set you free. There is jealousy. Yes, your brother has harbored jealousy in his heart. He tried to bury it and disguise it. But this toxic feeling has influenced his decisions, words, and relationship with you. Even while smiling for family photos, he compared himself to you in silence. He thought no one knew. But God knew. God is merciful, but divine mercy sometimes manifests as protective exposure. Now, what should you do? You pray. Be still. Don't confront immediately. Listen. The next step will be taken in divine timing. When that time comes, your mouth will know what to say, and your heart will not tremble because Archangel Michael will stand behind you. Heaven will watch with pride. This may not make sense to you at first, but listen with your heart. What I am about to reveal is something not even your brother fully understands about himself. The root of this goes back to your childhood. Go back in time to those days when you shared secrets under the covers, laughed at inside jokes, and promised to protect each other no matter what. But something changed. Heaven knows exactly when. It was a moment that may have seemed insignificant to you, but it was engraved in his soul. Maybe it was a comparison made by an adult, a comment about one of your talents, or a look of admiration directed at you that made him feel invisible and in the background. From that small seed, a silent bitterness began to sprout. He buried it deep and never spoke about it to anyone. He carried that feeling through adolescence and the first challenges of adulthood, through his own consequences and failures. That unspoken envy became a shadow that influenced his choices, especially those related to you. God says, that moment was not your fault, but it is affecting your destiny today. I cannot allow that shadow to continue interfering with the blessings I am sending to my son. That is why you have felt blocked lately. Projects you prayed for seem to not move forward. The energy in your atmosphere was cloudy because someone close to you was creating energetic resistance without realizing it. Now that you know the source, the heavens can begin the purification process. If this message touches your heart, consider supporting this channel with a gesture of light. Click, "Thank you very much." Your support helps keep this mission of delivering words that heal and awaken alive. There is someone he has been talking to. Yes, during this period. Someone who smiled at you in the past. Someone you may have trusted or had a relationship with. Behind closed doors, your brother has been saying things to this person. They are not complete lies, but rather half-truths, distorted facts, or worse, subtle insinuations intended to tarnish your image. Not in a loud and obvious way, but in a silent, spiritual way. These words, charged with envy, have taken root in this person's energy field, affecting the way they see you. But don't worry. Once a lie is exposed to the light of divine truth, it disintegrates instantly. That is exactly what is about to happen. You will not fight this battle on the physical plane. Heaven is already fighting for you on the spiritual plane. Now, your task is to prepare yourself. Prepare to remain silent, even when you want to scream. Prepare to love him, even when the truth feels like betrayal. Prepare to be lifted up because, once this issue is resolved, your blessings will come more quickly than ever before. What you have been praying for, the promotion, healing, relationship, or divine confirmation, was never denied. It was only delayed. It was only delayed. The delay ends today. If you have tears in your eyes or your hands are shaking a little right now, it's because this message is touching you exactly where you need it to. Heaven is healing your soul. To receive this strength, write in the comments, "I am guided, protected, and strengthened by angels of goodness." From this point forward, nothing will ever be the same. Your brother will soon begin to feel something. He will feel a pressure, a weight on his soul, and a restlessness that he won't be able to explain. It is the presence of angels approaching his spirit and beginning the work of awakening. Do not judge him during this time. Do not provoke or accuse him. Instead, draw closer to God, for he is about to accomplish something through you that will echo throughout your entire lineage. This is generational healing, and it begins with you. Archangel Michael whispers, "There is a reason why you are reading this and not he is." The soul with the strongest spirit receives the most difficult revelation, and that soul is yours. You have been chosen to carry this burden with strength because what you do next will change everything. Now, I must tell you something only heaven could reveal. Your brother has hidden something from you for many years. It's a crucial piece of information that, had you known it at the time, would have completely changed an important decision in your life. It could have been about a relationship, a career opportunity, a move to a new city, or an investment. He had the information and remained silent. At the time, you wondered why things didn't work out, why you sensed betrayal but couldn't identify the source, and why your peace was gone for weeks or months. Now you know. God says what has been stolen will be restored, and what has been hidden will be revealed. Not to shame, but to cleanse. This is your season of restitution. But before the light can completely fill your home, the shadows must be acknowledged. Now that you have seen them, the light is on its way. In the coming days, you may unexpectedly find yourself near him again in a casual moment. You will feel the tension in the air and the strangeness. This heightened spiritual awareness allows you to notice the dissonances that once went unnoticed. You will feel something rise in your chest, an urge to speak and expose everything. Instead of reacting, just breathe. God will speak through your eyes. Your silence will be more eloquent than any excuse he could make. He will know. He will feel it. He will realize that heaven is involved now. Don't be afraid. The God who reveals the truth is also the God who grants peace. You will not face this storm alone. Angels will surround you. Even if you cry, your tears will be tears of healing because true healing lies on the other side of the truth. Beloved, you are walking directly toward the light. Now listen carefully because what I'm about to tell you is something time has tried to bury. There is an object. It is a small object, perhaps an old photograph, a page from a diary, a bracelet, or a folded and forgotten note. It will soon be returned to you. You may find it by accident while tidying a drawer, or someone may give it to you. But the moment you see it, your soul will recognize it. This object carries a memory, a key to a forgotten moment between you and your brother that once meant everything before the cracks began to appear. It was his way of holding on to love before the confusion took over. He never threw it away. He kept it hidden. The sky says that this object will now return to bring healing. Yes, healing is possible, even after all this time. The sky doesn't expose darkness to frighten you, but to set you free. But I must tell you, the next 3 days are sacred. Archangel Michael says, "This is not a time for arguments, reactions, or chaos. It is a time of spiritual preparation. Something will happen on the third night, a divine event, a sacred interruption, a visitation. Your dreams may become more intense and your sleep may feel unusual. Do not resist. This is not insomnia. It is God awakening you on purpose. During one of these nights, the sky will whisper a single phrase in your ear that will change everything. You will hear a name, a memory, or a word you haven't thought about in years. When that happens, don't say anything out loud, just write it down. It is the final piece of truth that God is giving you. Then he will come, your brother. Maybe he'll send a message. Maybe he'll show up at your door. Maybe he'll pretend that nothing is wrong. But your soul will be restless because the truth shakes everything it touches. Here's what you must do. Speak from love, not pain. Say only what heaven guides you to say, not what your ego demands. At that moment, you will have the sacred responsibility to be a mirror, not a hammer. Reflect the truth. Don't attack with it. You don't have to force him to admit everything. You don't have to force him to cry. Allow the light of God within you to shine so brightly that all the shadows around him simply dissipate. One more thing, beloved. If he breaks down, allow it. If he runs away, let him. If he denies it, still love him. Heaven is taking care of the parts you cannot see. Your job is not to fix things. Your job is to be faithful. You have already begun just by reading this message to the end. There is something incredibly rare in your spirit. Most people would have given up and dismissed this message as nonsense. But not you. You stayed. You listened. Maybe you cried. You breathed and believed. That is why heaven is about to give you your reward. Beloved, yes, there is a reward, and it is coming sooner than you expect. Within 7 days of receiving this message, something will change in your life. A door that has been sealed for years will open. A message you have been waiting for will arrive. A person will return. A prayer that seemed blocked will suddenly be answered. All of this will begin at this moment when you choose not to run from the difficult truth. You are more than just a brother or sister. You are a soul with a divine mission. That is why the forces of darkness tried to blind you. But God has restored your vision, and now nothing can stop what heaven has begun. The Archangel Michael says, "You are about to enter a season of clear skies. No more fog, no more confusion, and no more feeling like you're the only one who cares. God has seen everything, and now he is making all things new. So dry your eyes. Lift up your heart. You have already won. Love, when purified by truth, is the most powerful force in the universe. Even your brother will thank you one day. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day, when he is fully awake, he will look back on this moment when heaven chose him to receive this message. He will say, "I didn't understand it then, but thank you for not giving up on me." Beloved soul, the test is almost over and the miracle is near. You have honored the message and God. Because of that, watch what happens next. If this message has touched your heart, click thank you and support this channel to help spread light. Your support makes a big difference in keeping this chain of good going. One last whisper from Archangel Michael before his departure. The angels are still here, watching you. It's not because you're in danger, it's because you've just completed one of the most difficult spiritual initiations a soul can undergo, facing the truth without running away. Most people never do this, but you did. You didn't turn away. You didn't pretend it wasn't you. You didn't make excuses. Instead, you opened your heart, faced the truth, and allowed heaven to reveal what needed to be seen. That is why you are now being lifted into a new dimension of blessings, protection, and peace, my beloved. Listen carefully, because there's one final twist you need to know. Heaven never ends a message without hiding a blessing in the last line. Behind the scenes, someone else is watching your brother, someone unexpected from your family's past. Perhaps a grandfather or grandmother, a soul who has already crossed over. They have been whispering to him in his dreams, trying to awaken him. Guess what? He is beginning to hear them. He may not admit it yet, but something deep within his spirit is stirring. The veil is lifting and he will soon have a breakthrough. A beautiful breakthrough, a liberation, a sacred awakening. Your decision to face the truth has set off a chain reaction that will echo for generations. You have broken the pattern. You have ended the curse. Heaven rejoices because of you. Now, God has a question for you, a sacred question. Are you ready to receive the blessing that was delayed by deception? Are you ready for the spiritual inheritance that was locked away until this truth was revealed? If your soul whispers yes, say it with all your heart. Say it out loud or in your mind. Yes, Lord, I am ready. At this very moment, angels are being dispatched to align circumstances in your favor. What seemed impossible will become possible. What was blocked will begin to flow. Divine justice is not punishment, it is rebalancing. You are at the center of this rebalancing process right now. Before we conclude today's journey, I want you to seal this promise in your heart. In the comments, write a final decree of faith. I receive the light, peace, and protection that are rightfully mine. By doing so, you are signing a contract with the universe and claiming what is yours by divine inheritance. You are telling the heavens that you have learned your lesson, passed the test, and are ready for the next stage of your journey. Now, a final word of encouragement. The road ahead will have challenges, but you will never walk it the same way again. You will walk with your eyes open, your heart strengthened, and the unshakable certainty that you are not alone. Archangel Michael and legions of angels form a guard of honor around you. They celebrate your courage, resilience, and faith. Remember always, you were chosen for this task because you are strong enough for it. Never doubt your power, intuition, or connection to the divine. You are a beacon of light, and your light is about to shine brighter than ever before. What you did when you received this message wasn't just for you or your brother. It was for your entire lineage, past and future. You are a healer of souls and a breaker of chains. Heaven honors you for it. Starting today, peace that surpasses all understanding will begin to fill your heart. Trust the process. Trust divine timing. Above all, trust the love that has guided you here and will guide you home. If this message touched your soul and brought you clarity, comfort, or a path forward, I invite you to join our community of light. Subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the messages the heavens have in store for you next. Every word is delivered with a divine purpose, to awaken, heal, and guide. We want you to be a part of it. More than that, we want to hear from you. Use the comments below to share your story, not just the mantras. How did you feel when you heard this message? Which part resonated with you the most? By sharing your journey, you heal yourself and give others in our community permission to open up and heal as well. Your stories create a tapestry of hope and strength. Tell us what you have learned and how you feel. Know that you will be heard and welcomed. This is a safe space for brave hearts like yours. May the light, peace, and protection of Archangel Michael be with you today and always. You are loved beyond measure. Amen.